Boggies. I don't know how to stream from the Switch, to be honest. Hello.
Hey, okay, bud. How's it going?
Good. Do you mind lowering your music?
Yeah, I'm gonna get it off of the computer in a second. Hey, buddy. Yeah.
I'm streaming a little Fall Guys just to have something on because we did, you know.
Yeah, I'm in the room.
Cool. Yeah, you know, since we advertised, I was like, we owe it to peeps to pop on as soon as we can.
Yeah, I tried to see if anybody was on Instagram.
Alright, in that message, I said, what up, welcome to the stream. We'll be starting the detective agency stream in 30 minutes. So the people who pop in, oh, we got 5 watching. That's beautiful. What's up, beautiful people? We're playing some Fall Guys while we warm up for the detective agency stream.
Are y'all able to hear me?
I think they can hear you. The controller has the mic, so they're probably not getting you great, but...
You're not streaming from this?
No, I'm streaming from the PlayStation 5. But when we do the detective agency stream, Carson will take over, and he will stream it, as we did before. And I've got a great bit planned. I picked some good cases this week. I have a good start to the show.
Hello.
Yo, what up, Evan?
Nothing much. How's it going? I see you're following currently.
Yeah, we're just doing a little warming up, chilling, grilling, killing. We'll switch gears as when Carson's ready.
Carson shows up with the keys to the office.
We'll switch it over
office.
to yeah.
Turns on the PI thing. Anyway, what's up?
Evan, I actually saw a lot of you recently. I've been rewatching Newsbreakers because it came up.
Too.
It came up. Oh man, did I sent you the playlists, right, with them in order?
You did,
Dude. So I have the playlists in order. So I've been rewatching them. I'm curious what you think about them.
I think anytime I see myself, I have psychic and physical damage to my body.
So I've now come full circle. I no longer feel any sort of embarrassment
wearing a dress.
You know, maybe that's the next step of my evolution.
Oh, beautiful! I'm here for it.
Yeah. I'm sorry to spread the trans agenda, just like a liberal.
I'm not sorry. I'll never apologize. I've been watching it, and I was one of your scenes made me laugh out loud, Evan.
Which one was it?
One of your first scenes where they're in the studio, and it kind of cuts to you, and you're like pitching.
Oh, am I like fixing a light or something while Steve is dancing?
I think you're pitching like. I think you say. Why don't we try to win an award by breaking the news? Real name, no gimmicks. And I just think that joke is really funny. Especially because then Jordan Roman replies with a line that I am certain is like the next Obi Trice lyric. But a line that like I don't know that well enough to I can't quote that line. But it made me laugh. And my overall feeling of it watching it this time around was like, aside from some times where you could tell we were limited in the editing room or with what we wrote versus what we shot, actors' availabilities, all that kind of shit. Generally, on a script level, I think it really holds up.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I've watched some of the Newsbreak stuff, or Newsbreakers, which is it?
Newsbreakers. Because it was a series that we inherited, me and my friend Camille took over as the head writers, as kids, basically, as sophomores. Because it was a show that had aired for years on student television and had already won a Webby. So we were like, we're not going to let it die. We'll carry the torch and we'll reboot a Webby award-winning show.
So the Dino Boys series that I've kind of been developing, I think has a similar sort of like dynamic of like the characters are almost like, you know, frenemies and all have like common goals, kind of like Almost Always Sunny-ish. And I was thinking about how it would be fun since we're all already together a lot. I have like a draft of I think the first and second episodes, and then like plot beats for I think up to episode 6, with the idea that like it would be like kind of a limited series that then could be stitched together into kind of an anthology feature thing with an overall plot that gets like actually weirdly meta. So I think that his crew would like it. But overall, I thought it would be fun to kind of use this crew like virtually digitally, like to basically like read through scripts like straight and then just kind of riff improv and stuff and whatnot, because the entire animation aspect of it is just like very like limited animation, like Action League Now style, like stop motion. So to really take advantage of this crew's like kind of propensity for like improv and that like built-in dynamic, and like the fact that like you and Steve and Frankie have all like acted together in like these kind of like combative, like these kind of archetype roles, like in this kind of like sitcom milieu. I don't know. I think it'd be fun. Kind of take advantage of that.
That definitely sounds fun.
So, Evan, what did you think watching Newsbreakers?
I think I agree with you. I'm not as good at immediately putting it into words, but I think the first thing I noticed was how if we were just like had just a little bit more experience under our belt before we had taken over that show, it would have done much, much better. I think that was like the only thing holding us back, that we were still kind of green at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, like it really holds up, and I don't know whatever happened. We talked about how like there was that season 2 episode 4, basically the last episode that I wrote with Jasper, our finale. That was like at the time like some of the producers who were taking over the show as we were kind of moving on, we'll say, kind of were like, you know, going to do their own thing the next year, and so we kind of wrote our last episode to resolve the storylines and characters that we had brought in, and as we had discussed, to my understanding, like that was shot and filmed and perhaps edited and never released, or you know, who knows where it went. But I have the script for it, so like at least in some form, the complete, you know,
story exists.
The complete story exists. I was even thinking, I don't know. I've toyed a lot with the idea of just for shits and giggles writing like a 10 years later, like where are they now kind of thing. Because it has been 10 years and it would be fun to just like revisit that world. I think I maybe would do it just for my own
years. Oh God.
For my own sake, and then just do it without calling it Newsbreakers.
Break newsers.
Just like I don't know, because the idea, like in my head, the idea is that Mel is like trying to do it. So it's not like a real mockumentary. It's like he's trying to find all the people from what he considers to be his like golden age.
Yeah.
It's Jordan's character.
I can see that.
Pretty cool.
Because he's just like
Maybe
a real
I should figure out. Yeah.
You need to play.
What my character did. Oh yeah, SG?
I was going to say, Frankie, I've talked to you a little bit about that, like, kind of stream of conscious anthology movie thing with the Neurotica characters where the TV would always be on. That would be even something, if you'd be open to it, like, I would love to include in that is, like, some, like, basically, serial number, like, filed off, like, newsbreakers, like, stuff for, like, the television.
Just, yeah.
Like, kind of, like, the idea of, like, a documentary by a newsbreaker about the newsbreakers like 10 years later. It's like very fun and like self-reflexive and like, I don't know.
I think even just
about,
doing
like,
something in that mockumentary world, that doesn't have to be, you know, we don't have access to the news studio or any of the things that, you know, made that what it was. But I think that tone in that world is worth revisiting.
Oh yeah. So
we do have access to Jordan Roman, Mel Zingerberg. So
this is true.
And Steve
Gabriel.
And Frank.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
Frank.
watched that movie of his that came out.
Ooh.
What's it?
Big Break.
Thelma the Unicorn.
Oh, Thelma the Unicorn. Yeah. I think in a couple of weeks I'm watching it with him, so I just haven't watched it yet.
Oh, cool.
What do you mean watching it with them? Like you're gonna go?
I think he's having people over.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna watch it earlier because I like Jared Hess. So I'm excited that there's a new Jared Hess movie.
Word.
It's also very cool that went from the like, you know, prison reform, like almost like anthology mixed media kind of vibe, like, or to like family entertainment that quickly, like animation world. It's fun. It's always fun to, I was talking to Molly about this earlier, it's always fun to see, like, directors, like, that are already established in live action take to animation, because I feel like you see it the reverse order more often than not, if anything, but, like, you know, like a case like a Wes Anderson, where it's just like, oh, yeah, of course, like...
Yeah, it's a perfect fit.
Yeah, where it's like, oh, yeah, the production design is already, like, so much of a part of your thing and communicating, like, the emotion through that type of like visual art, like whatnot is, and being able to communicate like those things that you need to the craftspeople and artists that like make that and whatnot, like very like it seems like a very transferable skill.
Yeah. In the same way that like do you think like
yeah,
I think like Zack Snyder would make a good animated film as well.
Who would?
Zack Snyder. As much as I don't like him, I think he would make a great animated film, probably.
He already has. The Owls of Ga'Hoole is awesome.
Well, like...
Have you ever watched that?
Oh.
Yeah. Not for
I
me.
have not.
Did you say you have, or do you have?
I said not for me. I mean, like, something that's not for kids.
That's for kids. Anyway, aesthetically, I think it's amazing. I think that there is some issues with the story, but, like, that's, again, like, he directed the shit out of, like, that YA adaptation. I think. I like the visuals a lot. It looks like a fucking, like, stoner fucking 70s ass fucking heavy metal band that, like, came to life and then got face fucked by, like, a Windows 98 computer. Awesome.
I thought you were making a joke that Zack Snyder made a movie with so much CGI it technically counts as an animated film, but I did not realize you actually meant a literal animated film.
Yeah, no, he made an animated film.
Oh, yeah, Guardians, the Owls of Ga'Hoole, Legend, or, yeah.
It is.
I forget, because I get it mixed up with Rise of the Guardians, which is, like, Bill Joyce, Guillermo, Peter Ramsey.
That's the holiday guys.
Which I haven't seen, but I just got a copy on DVD from the thrift store, so I'm excited about that.
DVD is like nails on chalkboard to me.
What is?
DVD.
Oh, well, that's all fine and good, but, like, especially when I'm using this big projector, like it doesn't much matter, and like it's like
That's
50
true.
cents. And really, I like having stuff on physical media as a backup in general, and also what's like pretty neat is that the special features are like way more robust on DVD back in the day, and like honestly, a lot of like re-releases of movies from like that era, of, like, you know, the late 2000s to mid 2010s, they wind up just like not, you know, carrying over a lot of those like special features and stuff like that. And especially when you get to like the mid 2000s with like family movies and there's like independent releases where like they put shit like poster gallery that would have almost like its own like program running on the disc that's like unique to it, or like a DVD-ROM game. And there's a lot of really interesting content that like you could rip from those discs. Like I saw, and I didn't pick it up because I need to just double check that it is the edition that I'm thinking of. But like, there's an edition of like King Kong that like has like some deleted scenes and footage and shit that like, I kind of want to cop.
King Kong ain't got nothing on me. Malibu's Most Wanted.
That's cool that you know that.
I don't think it's cool. I think it's sad.
You should have more confidence.
Seeing that movie and having it imprint on my brain forever, that's the real Jamie Kennedy experiment.
The real Jamie Kennedy experiment. Experiments.
Experiencing the experiment that is watching a Jamie Kennedy movie and it never leaving your brain.
Son of a mask. But Miranda.
What about her?
I just said, what's up?
Oh, hello.
Hey.
You can hear me coughing.
Yeah, that's like good gush.
It's actually water with some limes in it.
Peach mojito, or that's what it was before?
It was a peach mojito.
Like alcohol? Is that alcoholic or no?
Okay, so I have a story. I went to Share Tea, and the Glendale Galleria is like kind of sweaty.
What do you mean share? Oh,
Okay,
like
so
share.
no, not like that kind of share.
It's like Share Tea together.
Damn it.
I know, that's what I thought too, and then I looked.
I know everyone, but we can pretend because you say it the same. So anyway,
I say whatever.
I didn't know what to get. I was looking at the menu and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna get a mango drink, obviously, because I love mango. And then I start to go inside and I see a big sign that says no mango, and I go, okay, well, great. So my backup plan, I guess, is peach. And I was like, but I kind of want the mojito because that sounds just like a good thing to have when you're like feeling like it's really hot out. Even though I was
That's like mojito.
Yeah,
Weather.
even though I was inside the mall. But anyway, so then I ordered the peach mojito and I wanted to get boba in it, but she said no boba because they can't put add-ons in it.
No
boba. So then I ended, and then
It's like they didn't want your money.
It was really frustrating.
Put the add-ons in first, then add
well,
the boba.
Or just put the boba on top because I
That's
don't
what
care.
I'm saying. That's
Well, anyway, and the boba is the whole point. So now I'm stuck and said that, but I didn't want to say no. I don't want that drink. Then I made you explain the ingredients to me, and you put it in the computer already. So I was like, okay, it's fine. I won't have the bobas. And so I got this peach mojito, which was good, but now I'm trying to like use these limes by putting cold water in here, and it's just limey, and it's just not. And I got 50% sweet, which maybe was a mistake. So it was, not my most successful boba excursion.
While Miranda was doing that, I was
You didn't get boba?
Yeah. And I didn't even get
objectively not a successful boba.
And they had the boba pearls, which I like, so I was really excited to get the pearls, and she shattered my dreams. But I didn't want to be like, okay, let me get a whole new drink. So yeah, it was just too much, and I ended up getting this very small peach mojito that is very limey at this point.
Oh,
Cool guy
I hate
with
the
the tie.
British.
While Miranda was having this boba journey, I saw the TV Glow for the second time, and I loved it even more.
I gotta go see it again, or gotta go see it.
I think it's going to dethrone the People's Joker from my top 4.
Oh, wow.
Because on the second viewing, like I already... Oh, what? I watched this guy not cross the finish line and then someone else crossed it! Why did he do that?
Whoa, look at that frog. Lizard?
Yeah, some of these guys are cool.
Yeah.
The bag of chips is pretty funny.
I literally just got a text from a friend saying I saw the TV Glow and it rules.
It's so good.
It's very good.
I can't wait for A24 to make me spend $70 to own it.
Why is it
Yeah.
going to cost that much?
Because they fucking love to be a luxury brand.
Are they going to give you
They won't.
a tattoo?
You pay $70 to A24 and then they let you put your head in the TV and try to kill yourself.
That's very upsetting.
I haven't seen it.
That's in the trailer.
I have not watched a trailer for it. I
It's
try to go in as blind to things as possible.
well, don't worry. The movie is abstract enough that knowing that image is not necessarily
Cool.
gonna matter. Like it's an image that they show you and it never comes up and is never discussed. But it's much like World's Fair, where if you're paying attention to what all these things mean, there's a whole story happening. Yeah, and Miranda pointed out a thing, like there's a scene that is shown that is like deliberately out of sequence when you first are given the images and then later given a little bit more context. And she's like, I think it's this. Like, it seems like it's caused to affect this. And on the second viewing, like, you're 100% right, dude. You nailed it. And it seemed even more clearer, like the setup.
I take all credit.
It did not surprise me that Jane was set up to talk to Richard Kelly by Interview Magazine. Because I do feel like, yeah, like she kind of... There's a... it's not a pure Lynchian thing that she's doing as much as this film is about Twin Peaks and Twin Peaks The Return. There also is this, like, Donnie Darko-esque element to it. I don't know. Movie fucking rules. Can't wait to see it again.
Have you watched Twin Peaks: The Return yet?
No, I need to. I've been holding out on buying the whole series on Blu-ray, because I think it's possible Janus Films is going to do a full series 4K release. The only reason I even think that is because the Z to A set had the first episode and episode 8 of The Return, which I understand to be a significant one, on 4K. So if those two episodes were restored in 4K, it makes sense that perhaps the whole series would get that.
I am not sure that is. I would not get your hopes up for that.
I hope. I mean, they seem to possibly be doing it. It might just be Firewalk with me, but even so, if it's going to happen,
Yeah, they seem to want to be doing it, but David is in pack up his toys mode because he wants to be making things, and people just want to be selling his old things after telling him how he couldn't make the old thing the way that he wanted to, i.e. now people are trying to restore all 18 episodes to 4K and like make it a luxury set when you had to like film 18 episodes on the budget of 10 episodes after like being told he only had 9 episodes worth of budget after him and Mark already delivered the scripts. Like, I just would not. He does not seem, from what I have heard, it is not like really like director approved mode that he is in right now. Like, he is actively working on stuff, not in the like what he was like last year with like the re-releases of a bunch of stuff, and like the Emblem Empire, like the Criterion thing. I think it has all of those stored. Like all of the like features have been restored with Janus, and I don't know. My money is on, if it is going to be re-released, it is going to be re-released in some sort of format on the Absurda imprint that mirrors the blue box that he made himself just before season 3 was like officially greenlit, but after they had like written everything with all the stuff like presented in the order that wanted it in, which was also like the place where the missing pieces of Fire Walk with Me initially premiered, which is the other thing, which is Fire Walk with Me, I believe, is still partially owned by CBS, but I believe that the missing pieces, that copyright is more complicated and actually is I think held by Absurda to a degree, which is tough because even though it's made up of deleted and extended, him and Frost have like gone on record saying that it is canon, and there is like strong evidence to suggest that, like, as you're saying, parts of episodes 1 and 3, or sorry, 1, 8, and I believe 18 of The Return suggest that, like, the way that certain characters in season 3 tried to go back and change the time stream might actually have flipped it such that, like, the events of the Missing Pieces movie might be canon and supersede what happened in Fire Walk with Me. So there is some very complicated, like, rights things that are happening and personality things that are happening. And after a lot of negotiations with people like Paramount and Netflix, I think, did not go well with funding his current projects that he wants to do, I feel less confident that he will play ball. All of which is also to say, Frankie, I love to find the highest quality version that I can find and share it with you. So
I'm gonna just buy it, but I'm just hesitant on buying the complete set if a better edition is like imminent.
I think that
oh, look at this pothead.
Depends on what you mean by better.
I don't know, like, if I would love to get like a full, even if it was just The Return in 4K.
Yeah, but that's the thing is that because there are so many different editions, including one, like, certain bits of it that has been released in different ways, it almost like for instance, there is the gold box, which used to be like version of it that was like the official, like, final say version of like Twin Peaks, and it was 1 and 2, and that was about it. And like, but they came with like Log Lady introductions and stuff like that. So it was like the way that you played it, it was like Lincoln Frost had made it so it's like, hey, here are some clues for you to be like thinking about each episode, these nautical things, and like we hit play all, and then it would be like a constant stream. And that is like this weird, like, almost proto version of like what they were going with like season 3, where they're like, oh, it's just one story, it just happened to be broken up into chapters and stuff like that. So that's like a better experience because the two of them curated the disc and like made these weird custom menus, but the picture quality is like dog shit. So like that's the kind of thing where it's like there are definitely better versions out there or there might be a couple like better versions, in terms of like picture quality or like that technicality, but like because of the way that like Absurda released their own editions and like there were various like distribution things with like networks, like there are these like weird like sets that present these things in ways that are more correct, if that makes sense. Yeah. Like in terms of like the supplemental materials packaged with it, the ways in which like they flow. And weird, like that Dumbland disc was like packaged, and like the one that you found at Amoeba that I got was like a one that like Absurda pressed themselves, and like they did the same thing for what they called like the Lime disc before like Criterion like was in the business of like restoring his stuff and like putting it on like the Blu-rays. All of his short films were just like sold through these like editions that like he would put out on his website, and like he would hide like deleted scenes from like other movies like deep into like the coding of like the discs. Like apparently there is a Lost Eraserhead scene that still has not made its way back onto the internet that was just hidden within the like setting supplemental menu.
That's fucking crazy. That's very cool. It's like some AR kind of shit.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying is like there are some that like if you see them used and it's like whatever, like, and especially because you're in places that's like around Amoeba, there are certain sets that are like better to have, even if it's just like press play or like whatever, and then like find a like higher quality thing. But yeah, anyway, that's my
TED talk.
Yeah, that's my Theodore talks.
Theodore Logan talks. He should have done that. Should have been a joke in Bill and Ted 3.
Theodore Logan.
Hey guys.
Hey Carson, welcome to the stream. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Good to be here.
I'm playing a little Fall Guys. We can switch it up whenever you're ready to kick off the Detective Agency stream.
Perfect. Do you do the Detective Agency? Do I need, since you're already streaming, or do I need?
No, I'm streaming from the PlayStation. So what we will do is, you get everything ready in OBS, and then when it's time to switch, I will end the Fall Guys stream. Where the fuck am I even going on this level? I went backwards? I'll end the Fall Guys stream on my PlayStation 5, and we'll then launch the stream from OBS. Everyone will get a new alert that we've gone live, and we'll go from there.
Perfect.
Did you get my email? Sorry to produce live on air, but did you get my email with tonight's cases?
I did.
Awesome. I have some very fun cases.
I've been warming up my detective brain muscles.
We've got some, there's a smaller group of us tonight, so I've got some cases and some bonus cases. Oh my god, a TARDIS! I love that.
I think that's your word to use.
There it is, time and relative dimension in space. I don't think this guy's got the time or relative dimension in space to make it to the finish line in time, though. Because he's green underneath.
That was a pretty solid burn.
Thank you.
Look, if you're not a Time Lord, you should not be dressed in TARDIS face.
Time face.
Clock face, gear face, whatever, from Rick and also Morty.
Oh, yeah. I don't
Gearhead,
remember what his name is. Gearhead, there we go.
Gear appropriation.
And yet there are gears in far more than Justice Head.
That's true. It's a plot point in several episodes.
Bush, the band voice. Gearhead. That's for all my Machine Head fans out there.
It's for all my Ancient Gear fans out there.
Oh, hell yeah. Remember when the Ancient Gear guy joined our stream? That was great.
Yes.
And then you you had to be like, actually, this is a sincere
I took
thing. And I was like, this
explain
rules.
to them like, no, this is a real. I'm not. The man you knew is long dead. I don't do that no more.
But it's great because I also am a Yu-Gi-Oh fan. And the game just like got too fast.
I love Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's so good. Genuinely a very fun game to play. I could stream Yu-Gi-Oh. Honestly, I could stream Yu-Gi-Oh. I have Yu-Gi-Oh on PlayStation.
Yu-Gi-ology.
The study of Yu-Gi. Actually, that one's gross.
Study
I don't like that.
games. I have a bit that I talk about in my act where I talk about Yu-Gi-Oh and how the original season, it wasn't about card games at all. It was about the Pharaoh, doing these cruel games of irony and chance and fate to punish people with unimaginable fates worse than death.
I think they were literally called punishment games.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong.
Yeah, they were
It's
dark
definitely
as shit.
around that.
It ruled. And then the card game came in and took over. And they went from being called Magic and Wizards to Duel Monsters to then Yu-Gi-Oh! In the real world.
The two monsters.
Let me know when you're ready to switch gears, CB.
I will. I'm
Okay.
currently loading up all the tabs with all of the mysteries from your email.
Cool. Okay, then I'm gonna
All the mysteries from your email is like
I'm gonna step away for a
Yeah.
moment, but I'll be back.
vibes.
I think I'm out. I think I died in that last round. I think, right? No, I didn't. Okay, let me play this round and then I'll step away. I'll play until I'm out. And then I have an intro bit that I would like to do once it's time for the detective stream.
Excellent.
Okay.
A prepared bit. Oh, fuck! Oh, I'm still in!
I have
baby!
received an ad.
Nice.
Oh, same. Oh, it's pretty fucked up. It's
I
pretty
can't
fucked
tell
up bad.
what you're doing, Frankie.
Victory, alright. Wait, what does that mean? Does that mean I didn't win the... Okay, no. Alright,
The
10
suspense is killing me.
remain.
Frankie, one of the links is not working. It's the hosting your own murder party bonus case.
Okay, we can not do that one.
I love it when I host my own murder.
But
party.
also, try maybe searching that plus BuzzFeed quiz and see if it just shows up.
Comes up.
Yeah, maybe I just pasted
All the
it wrong.
bonus. You want to do them in order? Or you want to
Yeah,
do the
let's
bonuses
do them
for
in
last?
order. Let's do them in order. The bonus ones I tried to like
Cool.
break up. And I don't know, but my guess is if there are fewer detectives tonight on the case, then perhaps we'll move through them quicker. So that's why I was like, let me throw some extras in there.
Yeah.
And just like last time, I put some thought into the order to try to, give us a little bit of, some ebb and flow to the evening. What's up, hot dog?
All right, let me dedicate.
No.
Dedicate a few minutes to finding this quiz, and if we can't get it, I'll go ahead and get OBS going.
All right, cool. And then I'm going to step away for a second before we switch gears into detective mode. This is not going well this round. Nobody's getting eliminated. Oh, there's somebody went. Okay. I don't want to jinx it. What's up? Yeah.
Dude, what's up, hot dog?
What's up, hot dog? Yeah.
Who's hot dog? What?
Bow? No, hot dog is a character played by Andy Daly, but what's up, hot dog is shit! Oh god damn it! What's up, hot dog? Is Scott Ackerman's old catchphrase that he I think took from Weird Al. There's like a whole thing. He like took it from Weird Al, or Weird Al took it back. Dr. Demento was involved. They gave the O from Dr. Demento to Al, and for a while he was Weirdo Al, and then he was just Dr. Dement. There's a whole thing going on there.
Dr. Demento.
But all right, I'm going to step away for a moment, and then congratulations to Butts _ Holes up to mischief for winning.
I'm going to grab a seltzer and some chocolate pretzels so I can.
I love chocolate pretzels. Can I have some?
Can you have some? Yeah.
Thank you.
I just stopped by.
Yeah, I had to stop by them. We would buy them every fucking week. They're so good.
You can just make them yourself.
But they're not good for you.
I actually got.
Yeah, they are. Does that make you happy?
Yeah, I actually got to relive a pretzel story myself recently. There were these pretzels made by a company called Grippos, and they were the pretzel drops or pretzel tears, I forget, but my grandpa, before he passed away, would buy them all the goddamn time, and they were like the best things I've ever had. And I felt really nostalgic, so I looked them up. And the thing is, I found them, but you can only buy them in bulk. You can't buy the individual bags anymore. So like you can still get like your money's worth, but you are paying like $80. So I found
you're like stocking like a convenience store or something. Like you're buying Grippos for you and like your children named Jebediah.
So I found I found two 2-pound bags of pretzels for $30, and I was able to loop some of my coworkers into. I talked them. I seriously like not conned because it was worth it, but like I Tom and Sawyer conversationed them into splitting the price, and we all got some of those pretzels. And I'm happy to report they're just as good and salty and bad for you as I remember.
You crowdfunded these pretzels?
I think it's.
I did. Yeah.
It's fascinating how you're like, that story's twisted. That's a twisted story.
That is, but
but here's the thing: is I was going to say that at the beginning of the story before I even knew what it was. Just I knew pretzels were involved.
Well, Tom Sawyer, because like he convinces people to like paint the fence.
I followed that. Yeah.
You know, Tom Sawyer did it for malicious reasons, and he made other people do the work for him. I was just. All I mean to say is I was a very good negotiator.
Well, no, Carson. The problem is that this is what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna like. Pardon me as I build a soapbox and stand the fuck on it. But I think that the problem is that Tom Sawyer is being like a dickhead of a boss in that example. Tom Sawyer is like explicitly like, hey, I'm gonna promise you just like a whole hill of beans and a bag of hot air and no health care to paint that fence. And everyone's like, gee, howdy, that sounds pretty good because your tongue is slick with snake oil, Mr. Sawyer. And then Huck Finn is like, I don't know if I should be doing this. And he's like, shut the fucking shitting up, Huck. And instead what you did was like, hey, I really think that this quality product is something that I would love to have and share with my friends, and it's a reasonable price. Let me present to them that information and let's pull together our resources to get something good for ourselves in this place. Yeah. And basically what you did was you just unionized, but like just to get pretzels. Like you just realized that like you could collectivize your workplace just like with good enough pretzels as the incentive, Carson.
A modern day warrior, mean pride. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean pride again.
What you say?
Modern day warrior, mean pride. Today's Tom Sawyer, real mean guy.
Yeah, no, like Carson, I think that like this is why you have this memory is like, you know, these pretzels are so fucking good that these Grippos can single-handedly grab the labor movement by the genitals of their choice and drag it into the 21st century. I think that's the secret weapon. We found the secret ingredient, Carson.
If we had brought Grippo's pretzel loops into the picture, we could have solved the the writer's strike way before it ever actually got resolved.
Exactly, and I think we figured out how to take away the power of the producers and the 1% is we got to make sure that we, the 99.9 or whatever percentage we're in, we got Grippos, but we got to make sure that those at the top don't have them apples, because I think that Tom Sawyer's power is harnessed in the way that he is able to eat an apple so nonchalantly. I don't know shit about dick about Tom Sawyer, and I've read like at least 2 books in which he is a primary character, except that motherfucker eats apples like nobody's business, and he talks his sweet honeyed talk through his mouthfuls of apples, and then all of a sudden that fence is whitewashed. And Tom Sawyer's got what he wants. And Huck Finn is banned from schools. And it's like, how is that fair? I don't know. But I'm glad you got your breath.
I was acting as the anti-Sawyer, the mere Sawyer, the I got to enunciate real hard here, the nega Sawyer, if you will.
Oh, like Nega Duck and like Darkwing Duck, like, yeah.
Or like Nega Chin from the Crimson Chin.
Yeah, like
the Scott from Scott Pilgrim.
Oh.
Yeah, like the shadow version of them.
Yeah, except in this case, the shadow version just so happens to be good. Frankie, I am ready whenever you are. I think they might have stepped away.
They might have stepped away, which is fair. I should actually step away because I didn't step away to where the pretzels were. And I'm going to go get those.
As long as we're stepping away, I'm going to use this chance to use the bathroom real quick. So I'll be right back.
That's pretty cool.
The wisest warrior doesn't tell you why they're stepping away. They just do.
And real G's move in silence like lasagna.
Like Funko Pop.
What I want the room to think about while I'm gone is like what the most cursed Funko Pop that they would love to see hit the market in 2025 is.
I went deep in the pre-Funko Pops. That's the real shit. Before they figured out the design and they were still it was like still like almost there. It's like a pre. It's like the Funko Pop is Homo sapien. This is like, a earlier stage. They didn't quite get it yet.
Oh, a dinosaur.
No, not exactly.
Because
like
dinosaurs and cavemen.
Like a caveman. More like a caveman.
No, because cavemen and dinosaurs didn't exist together, which means that evolution goes.
There's no dinosaur in this analogy.
What?
There's no dinosaur in this analogy. It's caveman to human.
First of all, dinosaurs
belong in every analogy.
Not here.
Yeah, because they make the world go round.
They're chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets. Frankie, I am ready for detective time whenever you are ready.
Give me one moment because my food is about to be here and I want to do my little bit at the start of the detective stream.
You may take all the bits you need.
Carson, will you, when we start the stream, let's start on a tab, do a Google search of literally the word detective clip art, and then just let that grid of the detective clip art Google image search results be our starting image.
I see. So you don't want a specific phony image. You want the whole.
I want the whole grid. Yeah. Images. Yeah. I'm looking at it now.
You've got it, my man.
I think that's appropriate. It is a good backdrop for the bit that I've got prepared. and I'll end my. Okay, so I pause the stream. People can still hear. That's kind of cool. And then I'll switch it up with.
Are you currently streaming anything right now, Frankie?
I am. That's why I'm saying I'm going to set up the stream info for when you go live.
Oh, sorry. I guess what I meant is like if you're not showing any gameplay, I can. If you wanted to stop streaming, I could start streaming with OBS because I've got the stream starting soon. Like
yes, you can. I'm just setting up the stream info so that when you go live, the notification that everyone gets reflects the content that they'll be tuning in for.
Okay, so don't go live yet.
Give me 2 seconds.
Yep. Okay.
Swapping out the tags.
Okay. Well, turns out I can't do anything anyway until you stop streaming, so it is all good.